Welcome to this press conference, a day that we are standing firm to defend our country on the issues affecting the common citizen. Today, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, has publicly refused to take responsibility of his failed leadership. He has held a press conference today from Mombasa and has gone against the very same advice he gave to Uhuru Kenyatta in the year 2022 when the cost of petrol went up to 135 Kenyan shillings. In his statement, he claims the high cost of fuel is a global crisis, which of course I agree. In 2022, it was equally a global crisis, but Ruto chose to give suggestions on how the common citizen can be cushioned from the burden of the crisis. It is fresh in my mind. As they say, media never forgets, the internet never forgets. The video clips are raw and clear on the internet and across various media libraries. William Ruto held a press conference with his UDA brigade behind him, wearing almost the same shirt he was wearing today from Mombasa, and questioned why fuel in Uganda is cheaper than that of Kenya, yet Uganda gets its fuel from Kenya from the same source. Today, as a common citizen and a consumer of the product, I expected the president to face Kenyans, bite the bullet, swallow the pride, and tell Kenyans why today as we speak, fuel in Kenya is expensive than the fuel in Uganda, yet our source of import is the same. From where I sit, the cost of fuel in Kenya is expensive than that of Kenya. From where I sit, the cost of fuel in Kenya is expensive than that of Uganda because of the taxes and levies imposed away from the landing costs, which the president does not want to face. Kenya pays over 10 distinct taxes and levies on petroleum products, which amounts for up to over 82 per litre on petrol of the final pump price in Kenya. These taxes are as follows, and I will be reading a few of them because there are many. They are close to 15, if not 11. The taxes include, number one, road maintenance levy, the largest specific levy, charged at 25 shillings per litre. We have excise duty, charged at 21.95 per litre for petrol and 11.37 per litre for the diesel. Value added tax, VAT, which is currently calculated at 80% on petroleum products. We have Petroleum Development Levy, PDL, which is set at Kenya shillings 5.40 per litre. We have anti-adulteration levy that is charged at Kenya shillings 18 per litre. We have railway development levy, RDL, charged at 2% on the customs valued of the product. We have import declaration fee, IDF, charged at 3.5% on the customs value of the product. We have petroleum regulatory levy set at Kenya shillings 0.75 per litre. We have merchant shipping levy, which is charged at Kenya shillings 0.03 per litre. These cumulative charges, these are just parts of the levies. There are more. If you count, they are close to 15 or 11. I just gave the most important ones. These cumulative charges often make up to nearly over 40% of the total retail costs at the pump. Mr. President, with all due respect, in 2022, you gave reduction of taxes as an advice to Uhuru Kenyatta and as a solution to deal with the high cost of fuel in Kenya, something that you are against today. When you were being interviewed during the presidential debate on the 26th of July 2022, Mr. President, you highlighted on how you are going to reduce the taxes so as to cushion Kenyans from the high costs of fuel. Let me give you William Ruto's video clip during a presidential debate, being interviewed and asked questions by Yvonne Okwara on the 26th of July 2022.
What do you think is the solution to the rising cost of fuel, which, as you know, drives the cost of a number of other products?
I think the first thing that we need to do is to look at the taxes, because 50% almost of the cost of fuel in Kenya is taxes. I think it's time, as a country, we looked at, I think there are 15 different taxes on fuel. And I think it's time we relooked at how else do we raise revenue.
Which taxes would you be proposing to remove from fuel, the cost of fuel?
I think majority of the taxes that are in that bracket, I think there are almost 15 different taxes that are there. I do not have the specifics, but those 15, I think we need to interrogate these 15 different taxes. Which ones can we put aside so that, like other countries, we can limit the taxation on fuel?
Mr. President, this time you were a candidate. We thank God because you are now the President of the Republic of Kenya. You have all the powers to effect the very same advice you gave to the Jubilee government that time. So today, we expected you to face Kenyans and explain and tell us the number of taxes you have reduced as a measure to cushion Kenyans from the global crisis which you claim. When I received a notice, because I'm a media personnel, across our WhatsApp media groups, that you are going to address the nation today from Mombasa, I personally expected for you to do two things. Number one, explain to the people of the Republic of Kenya why the fuel in Uganda is cheaper than that of Kenya, yet we import from the same source. Number two, I expected you to face Kenyans and tell them the number of taxes you have reduced as per your promise when you were being tackled during the 2022 presidential debate. It is sad that today, Mr. President, from Mombasa, before the cameras, you have abandoned and rejected the very same advice you gave to Uhuru Kenyatta in 2022. Today, you've publicly said that you will not reduce any taxes so that you can cushion Kenyans from the high cost of fuel. Can we listen to what William Ruto said from Mombasa today?
There are those asking government to remove all taxes and levies on fuel immediately. But we must ask ourselves honestly, if we stop collecting these revenues entirely, what public services shall we stop funding? Do we go back to the spectacle of stalled road projects that had become a hallmark across our country? Do we stop the fertilizer subsidy that is enhancing food security? Do we cut the security budget that helps us secure our borders, combat criminal gangs, and protect citizens? Surely, our hospitals and schools must continue to function, and we must continue to fund them. These are not easy decisions.
Finally, the question now remains, Mr. President, are you genuine in your leadership, or together with your team, you are on a looting spree to accumulate money for next year's general election to bribe voters for a re-election? God bless you. God bless Kenya. Let us unite to rescue our economy from the grave. God bless you.